Hi, welcome to the ASK Group. First of all, I thought I'd give you an overview of all the things that our system does. So we've got a fantastic web-to-print design system that we're going to add thousands and thousands of products for. So effectively, anything you see on photobox.com or any other web-to-print site, we can do, plus lots more. So an example of how it works is if you're an end customer, if I move into something simple here, I've got a demo site here, demo.photographyprint.co.uk, that you are very welcome to look at, use. I've also got a login account for that anybody can log in and use. You're welcome to use that, and it is beta test at askprint.co.uk, and the password is beta42. Type that for you so you can see it here. BETA42. Okay, BETA42, beta42. So if you log in as a customer, the only advantage of that is there's lots of photo albums already populated, so you'd be able to play around with it a bit more. So if a customer goes and orders, say, an acrylic panel print, and it's effectively a full web design system. So normal shopping cart, as you can see on normal sites, going through, but when they go here, instead of purchasing the product, they move on to an online designer where they can design the product and use photographs or upload or create their own artwork, which we then comes through to our shop and we obviously print and fulfill for them. So the first bit of it takes a while to load because in fact they're in effect downloading and installing the system something as powerful as InDesign. So our software is effectively very similar to InDesign online. So very, very exciting. So sometimes the first time you load it, it's a bit slow. Hence we've got this welcome screen here that tells them that. And some days it's slower than others, and the first time you load it is slower than other times. It all depends on your cookies on your computer and things like that. So they get into a package here, and they've got a full design package here. We've got layouts that we can have on here, layouts, but mainly this is obviously a photo product, so they can upload. So I've got loads of photos, but if you look in, say, our photos, put a warning there, is that size, is that big enough? Okay, and it does lots of groovy things they can do with the artwork. When they move off the screen, it makes it blank. So we have the screen area, and the red area is the bleed area that we can set for each product. So when they're working off screen, it really it moves to black and white, the items that aren't going to print, plus gives them a warning saying this is outside the print area. They can go in, they could figure and move the pictures of the box, just as if they're working with InDesign. And I know you guys are doing data entry for me and not doing design for me, but both your profiles said you did a bit of design work, so you will understand some of the concepts here. For that, some of the functionality and effects, it does sepia effect, it does black and white effect, it does emboss and effects that will go normal. Plus it's got a few masks, so I'm having a designer, so you don't drag the mask to it, you just click highlight the mask. So it layers documents on top of documents. What's really funky about it is that it's got snap to guides. So if you copy and paste, it's got snap to guide functionality. This one side with photo in, say photos, stock photos. So this is what customers end up using, and you can layer photos on top of photos. It's got full ordering of photos, so you wanted to bring to front or send to back, you've got that. We could, this photograph, we could put our, say, mask options, so it's masking out of the picture. below. So it's got Photoshop type, Photoshop stroke meets InDesign sort of functionality on the system, and it's brilliant. So once they create it, they can see a preview of it, which is super, and then they can go and purchase it. And if you want to practice that and see how that works, it's not a problem. I'll give you the test. Some other functions that are useful probably in other products rather than this product. Its real functionality is its photo book product. We do high-end photo books, lay flat panoramic photo books, so it's absolutely brilliant. We're big in the photographic and photographers market in the UK, and we are intending to take this worldwide. So with fulfillment and licensing the software in conjunction with the shopping cart to other printers in other countries of the world, which is so one of the things I need is lots of data entry, as you can imagine. So here's a book. As you add pages or change pages, the spine grows. Depending on the thickness of the pages, we can save different layouts to different pages. Just randomly doing some. But this is a demo product, so don't worry about it looking a bit rubbish at the moment. I'm going to show you some of the other functions, so at least you can see this of what's being worked on at the end of the day. So the other functionality it's got is autofill, so you can autofill your book with photos from a photo album. So it'll autofill them, and it'll tell them in that album how often those images have been used in the book. So if you put this photo in here, it now says it's being used twice. Obviously warnings, because this template on a demo site isn't very good. It isn't the right template. Don't worry about that. But so it's really cool web to print system that does absolutely everything that a web system could be required to do, apart from that's a bit silly photograph to try and move around. But anyway, so it gives you the functionality, and they would be able to preview the book that they're creating and see it, and then they go and, but more importantly to us, they'd be able to go and buy it. We'll ignore the warnings, so we'll ignore issues and purchase. Adds it to their shopping basket. Now, if you want to test something, to see something, you're welcome to do that. You can't buy any of these products. It's a demo site, so the discount code is beta 42. Apply discount. Then there's no cost, and we can go through and purchase this product. And then it will come through to our shop as if it's an order. So that's back into my system. So that's what the customers see. Absolutely, as you'd expect, fully functioning web to e-commerce site, and we're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of products here on stuff like this. Okay. So that's what the customers see front end. What we've got, if you're a storefront administrator or somebody building it, so if I move that off to the other screen, here we have a storefront administrator, and this is the sort of account that you would be working in. So in the storefront administrator, our graphic designers can go into the same product. And they can save all the layouts and do some more things with the designs. So I might as well give you an overview of everything, even if it's work you're not going to be doing. I don't know what you're going to be doing in future for us, so you might as well see the full picture of what the ASK print system is enabling us all to do. So again, I'm in a different browser this time, so it works obviously in different browsers, and it is HTML5. So while that's loading, I will show you here. It's a fully stackable HTML dynamic site. So it works. So it's as you can see, it's fully tablet and phone functional. So yeah, obviously, as you'd expect, sites have got to be HTML5. If you're a graphic designer or doing work for us, if we decided that we were these horrible layouts fonts here to a product. If you're an administrator, you get this account where we can save that as a product default. So next time it's opened by the customer, they would get this in their layout. So this is the stuff sort of work our design's doing. And on the product options, they could hide the drawing tools. They can hide various tools on the system. They could make placeholder colors different, these placeholder images or boxes, all different on each product. So they're able to do that. So that's what the administrator sees. So next time the general public come into that product, on the cover, let's hope, let's touch wood, that they will come into it and they will see a layout on the front cover, defaulted. The only slow thing about the system is the loading, because it has to load via the internet quite a complex amount of data. So the only slow bit of the package is this. Nothing we can do about that. It's better than the download photo book packages now. It is cutting edge. It is as good as there is out there, but this bit has to be slow. It can't be. It's such a complex bit of software in the background. As you see now, when they loaded the product, the layout that our administrator created in the background comes as their default layout, which of course they could change if they so wished to decide, right, I don't want that layout there, I wanted that layout there, or they wanted to remove that box, or add their own box to drop an image into. Still got the same account on, so and obviously we have full text functionality, and I've got about 49 fonts installed, so color their text here. It's got CMYK as well as RGB and web color palettes, depending what people are used to using, and obviously full text, full sizing. That's one thing it doesn't do at the moment, which is one thing we've got to sort out. It quickly deletes that. That's on our bug list of things that are being sorted out this month. You quickly select your text here. It drops out after the first character. It drops back into the text box. We need to sort that out. Anyway, it shows you do full text, and they've got lots and lots of fonts on there you could choose from. That sort of thing. So loads and loads of fonts, loads of functionality, and they would be able to save it as a project or go to the next step and purchase it. So in this occasion, they might decide they could save it and come back later, which is absolutely super. So there you go. So that's what the customers see and have there, which is great. Okay. But what you have as an administrator is you have as administrator the option to create and design products online, which isn't something I want the data entry guys to do at the moment, but it may be something you're going to assist with later. And certainly the two of you that I've chosen seem to be, on first principles and the way I've dealt with you, quite bright. I'm degree in chemistry, very high IQ. I can program. This is my system. I am quite bright, so I know how things work, but I know that everybody isn't as bright as me. Some people I expect to be able to do stuff, and some people I don't. But from your two CVs, I think these are things you might be able to pick up and do for us. We will tell in time. It's not critical to you working for me whether you can or you can't. If you can, there's extra stuff we can do. But what we've also got is an administration console. I'm just going to add a new level of admin where you don't get all these menus. You get some of them for now. So in an administration console, okay, we can do a few things. We've got a standard catalog that you will be used to working with. So if I pull up to the side of this, the working website for the customer. Here we go. Let's hop into the side to see what a customer would see in Internet Explorer. Okay, they see that. These are categories. That's a subcategory, and when you go into their products, the homepage, these are static links, so we can force this to be anywhere. I can force that to go out to google.co.uk if I wanted to, and the same with the slider graphics. I can put in what I like with the rotating graphics, or I can make them not rotate like I've done here. Okay, so we've got categories. So on this category list, pretty standard stuff, as you'd expect to see. You can see the categories here. If I wanted to add a new one, I would go add new. Test category. I can decide whether it's published or unpublished, whether it shows on the homepage or not, which we not say no because it would show in the right bar there. And whether it's part of a parent category, so it's a subcategory. So in this occasion, I'm going to say, yes, it's part of product science construction. Your display order could display where it comes in there. So if you knew where booklet is there, what its number was, you could put it so displayed after that. So I'm just going to guess at these. I'm going to put display order of 30. I'm going to go save. Hopefully, there is a bit of caching in the system, so hopefully when we refresh that, okay, it will come into there, which it hasn't yet. Okay, don't need to worry about that. Maybe I need to clear the cache here. Bearing in mind this site here is Internet Explorer, which is horrible caching. Right, it hasn't come up yet. It will come up soon. I think it's because I'm using IE on my computer, which is a bit rubbish for caching. Don't worry about that. So there we go on categories. We can on categories, for instance, when we're working with categories, we can put some test text in that category, and that would show in a description of the category, or we could decide to put a banner. So if I could insert an image from the system, got some stored here, so if I just go randomly, insert one. Okay, so we could format that text up in Internet Explorer, should we, using either the coding or using the functionality on the screen, should we so wish to do so, but I would tend to use banners anyway. Save category. When that category does finally appear on IE, obviously isn't yet. We will get the option to see it. Right. Okay. Within categories, obviously, as you can see here, we've got products. So we've got the catalogue, you've got categories, and you've got products. Okay, so we can manage products. Once we've got thousands of products on there, if you need to get to them, you could search them by, say, category. So if I go to Christmas cards, like I've got there, and search, there should be 5. Hopefully, yes, there are 5. Okay, and if we saw what was in that product, we've got the description. Let's go into the product portrait business card there. So, okay, you can see the product description is down there. We've got pictures, shows the pictures there, which we can edit, create, and upload from here. Okay, so go into, right, so I could change that. I can put a full description, a mini, short description, and the pricing is held in what's called. We can decide whether it's published or not. It shows to the internet, and the pricing is held in product. We've got SEO. I don't tend to use SEO, but we could do all the meta words and keywords and descriptions. For our website and what we're doing, that isn't so important, because although I'm going to have a big sales website, we're going to be our route to market is mainly franchising and white labeling. So therefore, we're going to have 1,000 other sites. So we're going to have lots and lots of people selling individually on their own websites. So therefore, SEO and internet marketing is less important than people's word of mouth and social media marketing and things like that. The pricing is held what's called a product variant. So you can assign a product variant to a product. Have to assign a product variant to a product, and that will hold the pricing in it. And the pricing there is £3.99. Great Christmas card. So the price there is £3.99. Okay, we can have tiered pricing. I know it doesn't say £3.99 there. Don't worry about that. It's because it's now a dynamic product. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to now create a new one for you, a new product for you. So we're going to go manage products. I'm going to add a new product. It's going to be a test training product. I'm going to call it short description. Full description. It's going to be published. Okay. So I'm going to save and continue edit. First thing I need to do is put it into a category. So we go to category mappings, which is the category it's going to say. Add new record. We're deciding it's going to go in that test category that I set up earlier. So it's now in there. We're going to give it some picture. So I'm going to upload a picture from my website. Here, which we're going to do is randomly upload that one. You go there, it's showing that it's displaying this thumbnail, but you need to go add product picture for it to show on the system. You can have as many as you like. So one thing I will be getting you to do, so I might say, right, we're going to, I've made a mistake there. I've gone add twice to delete. It's going to delete both. Don't worry about that. I think we now need to go to stop it crashing. Add product picture. You want to add another product picture. You upload, find another picture to upload. Add product picture, and I think we store them all the same size so that it doesn't jump when they're going through pictures. My team create those anyway. What I remember, they're all 250 by 250 or all 500 by 500 pixels, but I'd need to check on that with you. And I'm going to put another random picture there so you can see that we have lots. There you go. Lots of pictures stored in this product now. I'm going to go save, continue edit. So we've got the category and the picture set up. Next thing we need to set up is the product variant. So it'll default with having one. So you don't need to change that. There's no requirement to have that changed to say anything else. We can decide that this product is going to be, we need to decide, whether this product, with its length and weight and height and things like that, Is it VAT standard or is it VAT exempt? Some print products like books are VAT exempt. That's in our spreadsheet. Whether it's published or not, we can put the weight, height, length, breadth in, and I haven't done that yet. It's one thing I will want you data entry guys to do is to go through and complete all these. But most important thing is the price. So we're going to sell this product for £9.99. Okay, and delivery is enabled. It's not free delivery. The system will work that out. We can also have tiered pricing. So if they bought more, the price can come down. So we can decide, right, okay, if they buy 10 of these, instead of £9.99, it's going to be £7.99. And if they buy 100 of them, it comes down to £5.99. We're short-run digital company, so virtually everything we do is short-run digital. So the most things we ever print are perhaps 250 of something. We do that in calendars and things, but a lot of the units we sell are single units. So we're a specialist personalised printing company. We don't get involved in printing virtually anything of more than about 250 units, and more than 100 is quite rare for us. We can add product variant attributes, and we'd need to set some up if we were going to do that. That's where different options will come afterwards for purchasing. I will teach you about that another day. Okay, so I'm going to save this product. And one of the little quirks of the system, now that the product's saved, the attribute's saved, and the product's saved, it doesn't actually view in here yet because of the system caching. So if you want to see what you've done, you need to clear cache of your system. And that's the test container product we've set up. Okay. The other little things we could do, if we had lots of them that we wanted to change pricing of, so if I went to we can bulk edit product variants. So I've got all my products there. Perhaps we wanted to change all the prices of choose Christmas cards. Okay, so I find my Christmas card products. I could go through this and change the pricing of everything. Okay, and I could save changes. But once we've got a master store set up, and I do have some master stores set up, okay, once I've got a master store set up, I can export that to Excel or export to XML, and I could import a lot of products. So if we end up with, say, 1,000 stores, we won't need to go through and manually create all these products and photos. Once they're created in one store, we can export from Excel, change the category, because the categories change from store to store. The category ID on the database, which is a quirk of the database, it happens to be the back end of the system. It's not something we had access to, but it's an open source system, so we couldn't change its the way its architecture was structured SQL-wise. Is if you go and look at these products here, if I go into acrylic blocks and panels, you'll see that's the ID number of the category, basically. And if I go to a different site with acrylic panels, it will be a different number. That doesn't matter, so it just means we have to go into the XM. We have to go in. So after we've exported, so I could export this to an Excel spreadsheet, the whole catalogue. After it's exported to Excel, it only exports up to 3 photos. So more than 3, it won't export. So we'd then have to manually add the other ones. But most products don't have more than 3. Some do, but that's just a bit of manual work everybody has to do. But so after I've exported the Excel, the thing we would need to change is the category ID. And things can have more than one category ID, so it's that there. If on the new site the categories for product is yeah, that's we were working on acrylic, weren't we? So the acrylic block, if it's in category 280 on this site, it'll be on category perhaps 287 or 290 on a different site. We change that, save that, and then we'd re-import this Excel to the other site. So the things that change from store to store can be the pricing and the category, because each storefront owner has the ability to set their own prices. They don't have to go with the ASK retail recommended price. They can set their own pricing. So photographers often double our prices. Sales agents and franchisees tend to just go with our pricing. And really, really high-end creative agencies will triple our prices because they can get away with much higher prices. They get a better margin on their sales, obviously, for doing that. So if I wanted to, I could take this spreadsheet, resave it, and in here I could import from Excel, which I'm not going to because I had lots of products I don't want in this demo site. But this is a demo site. You are free to play with it and break it. That's not a problem at all. Nothing you can do, no damage, lasting damage you can do to my demo site. So don't worry about that. It's there to be broken. Okay. So that's the catalog, the back-end catalog. You will have, if you've done data entry and worked on e-commerce sites, you will have worked on things very, very similar. That's not a problem. That's quite simple. That's phase 1. I'm going to stop the recording for phase 1, and then we'll move on to phase 2 in a second.